you've staked out CMMC certainly in the DIB. If you were to laterally move into, let's say, banking, U.S. banking, which is not NIST CMMC yet, and probably not for the foreseeable future, right? They're on a different kind of a framework or different sensibilities in terms of their compliance. Do you feel like Mainstream would be able to more easily do that because you've already gone through one and familiarized yourself with one framework? Like other frameworks are new, but you understand the common tongue or the common phraseology and dialect. That makes sense?
Yes, and that's why I would advise picking one and starting with it, because, like I said at the first of the conversation, all these regulatory frameworks are 85 to 90% overlapped. So being comfortable with those concepts, and getting your processes and your governance in line with how to kind of manage the tempo and the evolution of these requirements sets you up. Again, you're 90% of the way there to the next one. Then you're talking about incremental differences, and we always have conversations about what does our lowest common denominator need to be if we're going to satisfy this new framework versus the ones that we're already conversant in. I think picking one and getting fluent in that first one really is the majority of the heavy lift in being prepared to take on the next one with confidence.
Well, I tell you, I think what you guys are doing at Mainstream is fantastic. Keep up the great work. Definitely come back and join us, because I'd love to keep just our pulse, and it seems like you have a really good pulse in the CMMC community, because I know you're in it, but you're not a devotee or a fanatic. Like I see some out there that just, it's like the first thing they've ever breathed is CMMC, and that's all they know. And I'm not knocking it, but it's not the only standard out there. And there's a lot of MSPs who have risk exposure to a lot of other frameworks. And I think that it's good to be familiar with those other things. So I applaud what you guys are doing. All right, folks. So if you're not already doing this, get your tools in order, start delivering security solutions, obviously, number one, but then start to become familiar with your customers, their frameworks, what they're sensitive to, and start it and follow John's example. And I think that's a good path for MSPs to be going into the new year, 2024. Can't believe it. We're almost there. John Burgess, CEO of Mainstream. Thank you.